coffee without sugar. I always thought adulthood meant having a plan, a credit score, and dental insurance. But it turns out it's more like an endless series of cups of coffee, trying to be on time, and talking to myself in the car to keep from crying in traffic. My name is Maya, I live in Seattle, and I've been officially single for 3 months now. After 5 years together, my boyfriend, Dan, suddenly realized he needed space. Space. It was like I was taking up all his oxygen. I moved into a small apartment near the waterfront. From the window, I can see the water, the bridge, and the eternally gray sky, which seems to wink at me. Hey, Maya, it's raining again today. In the mornings, I drink coffee without sugar. Not because I like it, but because I'm out of sugar, and going to the store is practically like going out, and I'm not mentally prepared for that. Chapter 1. Cafes and people with laptops. In the morning, when another wave of pretend everything is under control washed over me, I went to my salvation, the small cafe Brew and Bloom. It smelled of cinnamon, wet wood, and other people's hopes. A barista named Lucas always smiled, as if his coffee had been laced with sunlight. He had funny curls and t-shirts with slogans like "Trust the process." The usual, Maya? Yes, a cappuccino without sugar, I replied. And a smile included? How much is it? It's on sale today. Free. I grinned. He knew how to coax at least a little laughter out of me. Chapter 2. Coworkers and corporate reality. I work as a copywriter for a company that makes sleep apps. The irony is, I haven't had a good night's sleep for 2 months. At meetings, my boss, Julia, throws around words like synergy optimization and emotional interface integration. I nod, pretending to understand, although all I can think about is wanting to go somewhere where the Wi-Fi signal is worse than mosquitoes. At lunch, I text my best friend, Liz. How are you? I'm on my 3rd coffee. It's a diagnosis, not news. But it's stable. Chapter 3. Cats, packages, and coincidences. In the evening, I return home and see a box at the entrance. Inside is a kitten. Ginger, skinny, with eyes the color of melted honey. The box reads, "Take me." I can't even manage my own plants, I say into the air. The kitten responds, meow. It sounds like I don't care. 5 minutes later, we're home. He explores the kitchen, and I Google how to tell if a cat is happy. Answer, if it purrs. He purred. I named him Pixel. Because life without him seemed too blurry. Chapter 4. Lucas and accidental help. A couple of days later, I'm back at the cafe. You look tired, Lucas remarks, pouring coffee. I just got a cat. That sounds like the beginning of a new chapter. Or chaos. I haven't decided yet. We talked a little longer than usual. He told me he once studied to be an architect but quit. He works as a barista because he wants to see results immediately. Here's the coffee, here's a smile. I thought that was a philosophy worthy of a mug quote. Before leaving, he said, "If the cat needs company, I can bring a toy. If the owner needs company, that's okay too?" Is that an invitation? It's a test of your sense of humor. He smiled, passed. Chapter 5. The day everything went wrong. There was a crisis at work. The Calm Dreams app stopped working. Instead of the sound of rain, users heard someone snoring. Julia was screaming, the IT guys were coding as if hypnotized, and I was coming up with a new slogan, "Our dreams are louder than you think." That evening, I returned home, and Pixel was gone. The window was ajar. My heart was somewhere in my toes. I ran around the yard, calling for him, offering him everything from tuna to a personal apology. To no avail. I called Lucas. "Sorry, that's a weird question. Can you find cats?" "No, but I can find them with someone." "Where are you?" 20 minutes later, he was at my place. We walked down the street, shining a flashlight, calling Pixel, as if it were a superhero's name. An hour later, Lucas found him under a car. He was shaking, but unharmed. I hugged him and, for some reason, started crying. Not out of fear, because someone had simply come and helped. No questions asked. Chapter 6. Conversation without coffee. We were sitting in the kitchen, Pixel asleep on the windowsill. "You're holding up well," Lucas said. "That's not true. I've just learned not to fall apart in crowded places." He chuckled. "Me too. Only instead of coffee, I have a bass guitar." "Are you a musician?" I was. Before I decided stability was more important than inspiration. And then I realized boredom is the worst boss. I listened and thought that maybe it wasn't so difficult. That you could be a little broken and still shine. Before leaving, he said, "Will you ever tell me why there's no sugar in my coffee?" "Someday." Chapter 7. Return. A week later, I decided to call Dan. Not to bring him back, but to put an end to it. He answered quickly, as if he'd been waiting. "Maya? How are you?" "Good. I have a cat now." "A cat? Really?" "Yes. And the barista who saved him." "Oh, I see. No, I don't. I just wanted to say thank you. For everything. Even for leaving." He was silent for a few seconds and then said, "You know, you sound different now. It's the coffee without sugar. You get used to the bitterness and start to appreciate the taste." I smiled. That was our last conversation. And it was the right one. Chapter 8. The day everything became simple. A couple of months passed. I was writing copy for a new campaign, which, for the first time, didn't contain an ounce of despair. Pixel grew up and learned to open the cabinet. Lucas learned how to make the perfect cappuccino for two. One morning, he said, "I have an idea. Let's go to the ocean." Just like that? Just like that. No plans, no Wi-Fi, no dental insurance. We were driving down the highway, the wind tangling my hair, and Pixel was sleeping in his carrier in the back seat. I thought, this is probably what happiness looks like, when you don't expect anything, just go somewhere peaceful. Epilogue. Coffee without sugar. I still drink coffee without sugar. But not because I'm too lazy to go to the store. But because now I know, bitterness isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes it makes the taste real. And if there's someone next to you who can smile even in the rain, then you're already home.